Welcome to the IELTS training main features video. My name is Sayyid Shujat and today I'll discuss in this video about the main features of IELTS. So please join. We'll be discussing about what IELTS is and the test format, the test modules, and why should you choose us uh, to get along with you to train you IELTS. And then I'll be talking about the registration process and documentation required by IELTS in UAE. So first of all, let me discuss what IELTS really is. IELTS is designed to assess the English language ability of people who would like to go or study somewhere in an English language speaking country and those who would like to live over there, especially for Canada, UK, or in some parts of Australia, where in some institutes or organizations they require PTE exam. So, but IELTS is mostly one of the contestant test being accepted there. So the partners for IELTS are British Council, IDP, and University of Cambridge. There are two modules of IELTS. One is academic and one is general, and we'll be discussing all these things. First of all, let me talk about the IELTS test results. The IELTS test results are valid for 2 years, and a band score is awarded as per the subtest of listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The band score ranges from 1 to 9, and there's no passing or failing in at IELTS. And this is the band score is starting from 1 till 9, and we can see that most of the average students actually they fall in between from 4 to 6. So a little more focus could get you 7 band very easily. To all what it depends actually how much you are focused and how well you can actually build yourself to get a higher band. The IELTS test format, like you can see in your screen, that is listening is for 30 minutes. Academic reading requires 60 minutes. General training also reading is there for 60 minutes. And academic writing 60 minutes. General writing, this also for 60 minutes. And speaking has usually a time limit of 11 to 14 minutes. The listening text usually has 30 minutes and 10 minutes for transferring your answers to the final sheet, answer sheet, and there are 40 items are there. There are different kind of questions are there, which are multiple choice, matching, planning, mapping, diagram, labeling, form and note, completion, table completion, flow chart completion, summary completion, sentence completion, and short answer questions. And usually this test requires a little bit focus on the things so that you can achieve. You have to recognize different natives accents and their especially their pronunciations, so that you can handle the test very easily. Here your main thing which you will be requiring is your focus and your ability to recognize different accents. Listening test has 4 parts. First part is a conversation between two people set in everyday social context. Actually, it's about booking a reservation or something like that. The second part is a monologue set in everyday social context where an interview could have been going on. Part 3 will be a setup between 3 to 4 people. They will be talking about educational or some other criteria. And section 4 will include a typical lecture by a trainer or a teacher. The skills which I already told you is required understanding of the main ideas and specific factual information, and it also require recognizing opinions, attitudes, and purpose of the speaker following development of an argument. So these are the skills which are required the IELTS listening test. The reading test is of 60 minutes and with no transfer time because you just have to actually answer right at the spot. So there are 40 items are there, 3 sections are there with total length of two, like in 150, you can say two parts are there, and then send 50 words. So the types of question are multiple choice, identifying information, true, false, not given, or yes, no, or not given, matching information, matching headlines, headings, and sentence completion, summary completion, note completion, and table completion. So, as I told you, this is just you can say a brief video is there to tell you about what the main parts are actually. Academic reading texts are, in at academic, the texts are authentic and taken from books, because usually this test is built for the people who are opting for universities or colleges, or like, so it's a little bit, I will not say it's a tough, but it's a little complex as compared to the general test. And the written test is for non-specialist audience and are on academic topics of general interest. Text ranges from descriptive and factual to discursive and analytical basis, may contain non-verbal material such as diagrams actually. The general reading test, however, it has 2 to 3 factual context. Topics are relevant to everyday life in an English speaking country, and contains 2 factual contexts focusing on work related issues. And section 3 contains one longer, one complex text on a topic of special or general interest. And texts are authentic, taken from notices, company handbooks, books, magazines, newspaper, and official document. And so, as I told you, the reading at general part is usually a little bit easier as compared to academic. The reading test, what are the skills there? The test is required just reading. Like we have different reading styles, like focused reading or skimming and scanning. The all things are required there. This test, and there's test for reading for main ideas, for details, understanding inferences and implied meaning. Recognizes a writer's opinion, attitudes, and purpose following the development of an argument. So these skills you have to really comply to get a higher band there. The writing test involves 60 minutes, and there are 2 tasks are there. Candidates are required to write at least 150 words in task 1, these 250 words in task 2, and there are 2 parts are there, as I mentioned. Academic writing test, task 1 actually is presents table, graph, chart, or diagram. Candidates must describe and explain data, describe stages of a process, describe an event or an object from a given. Uh, and writing an essay is the second part, where your ability to write better English is analyzed, and the response are for both should be written in a formal style actually. So both tasks are uh, written at a formal way, like and this is our academic writing test. At general, the candidates are presented with a suit with the situation and are asked to write a letter. So as compared to academic writing, this task again is a little easier, where you've been asked to write a letter. Letter may be personal, semi-formal, or formal style. And task 2, again there's an essay, and the essay can be slightly more personal style than academic. Is it so? It's a little bit, in other words, I can say it's a little easier as compared to the academic writing. The writing test, what are the abilities you will have to show there, like the content that you're using, the organization of idea, that's also called mind mapping, accuracy of the English language which are using, vocabulary you are using, and the grammatical, obviously, because it's about English language, or you know that any language requires better grammar to be shown up there. Speaking test, finally, because this test is your face for the IELTS actually. So this test is usually for 11 to 14 minutes, where a face-to-face interview with an examiner has been done. The speaking test is recorded. So there are 3 parts are there: introduction and interview. The examiner confirms candidate's identity and asks general question on some familiar topics like home, hobbies, interest, like that. Part 2 is also called a cue card, where a task has been given to the candidate and he or she has to write. They're given 1 minute to write the bullet points over there, and then they have to talk about that topic at their own. So this task is also where is made to know the ability of the candidate that he or she can talk in rhythm, for at least for 1 to 2 minutes. The part three of the speaking test is a two-way discussion where 4 to 5 minutes time has been awarded. Examiner asks further question, a little complex question are being asked here, and these questions can give the candidate an opportunity to discuss more abstract issues and ideas. So again, it's a little bit more complex, but again, as I told you, that practice makes a man perfect. So you have to do more practice to get along with that. The speaking tests require your wide range of speaking skills, including your ability to communicate your opinions or information on everyday topics, experiences in answering a range of questions, and then you should be answering with appropriate language and organizing your ideas coherently. This is what the invigilators are looking into, and obviously the ability to express and justify your opinions in a very speculative manner, so you are being judged, so that you can make the things evaluative, or being in a more analyzed basis. This is what are being required over there. What are the criteria judged there? One of the thing is your fluency. You should be talking at a neutral rate, not too fast, not too slow. Vocabulary should be very much relevant. Grammatical range should be there with accuracy, and obviously your pronunciation should be very much clear, because obviously it's English language test, so pronunciation should be very much complying with the English language, words phonology. Now I will be talking about my institute, and that's Global Training Center. Why you should choose us. Um, we have expert trainers available with consistent and persistent coaching is there, and we have coaching material is there, which is provided by IELTS or IDB, and we have tailor-made focus, like according to your needs, what you require. How to register yourself with the British Council for taking exam is to you have to bring two passport size photos and your photocopy of your valid ID, that's Emirates ID in UAE, and then you have to deposit 1050 dirham for the IELTS fee. So I will urge to come and register with us, and I hope this video would have helped you a lot for knowing the main features of IELTS, and how to get along with that in a better way. And because there's ample information already there, but usually people get confused, so compact information makes your mind a little relieved. So I hope you will join us, and I again wish you a very, very promising career ahead with IELTS. Thank you very much.